Friends, how about some actual good news? Wouldn't that be nice on a Friday? Because let's face it, most of this week has been dreadful news, and that has been the case for our country during most of the Biden presidency, unfortunately. But there really was some significant good news this week in Guilford, Connecticut, where a group of committed patriot parents got together and pushed back and are starting to win against the toxic bigotry of critical race theory in our schools. This is something we should celebrate, amplify, and something that should be copied elsewhere in the country. To help me discuss this important topic is Michael Savage. He is the host of the Michael Savage Show. So, Dr. Savage, before we get to that good news, though, I do feel compelled to first ask you about what we learned today regarding this drone strike, because in your long career in media and the many dozens of books that you've written, you've extensively covered the United States military. And I have to tell you, when I first saw this news today, Michael, it made me sick to my stomach. I mean, the idea that, first of all, 13 American heroes died needlessly. They did not have to die, right? They died because we staged a dangerous evacuation that we did not have to do in that manner because we gave up Bagram Air Base. So Biden and Milley their mistakes directly led to the deaths of 13 American heroes. Then, to make matters even worse, to try to avenge those deaths, we rushed to a drone strike where we killed 7 innocent children. We blasted them from the sky and killed them.
Beautiful children.
Michael, your reaction?
Beautiful children. They could be our children. Beautiful children. Yeah. Third world children, by the way. Sacred third world children. I think that my clown would be a better president than Biden. I'm trying to make it light because I'm so fed up with it all. This clown would be more vocal, more colorful, and certainly more trustworthy than Joe Biden, wherever he may be. But let's be serious for a minute. It's a serious topic. Donald Trump is president. To cover up a mistake, he fires a drone, authorizes a drone strike, and it kills 10 innocent people. Tell me what would be going on at the New York Times newsroom now.
Right.
Tell me what Anderson Cooper would be doing right now. Tell me what Wolf Blitzer would be doing right now. The country would be in turmoil demanding that Trump be impeached, if not executed. This is a nightmare. But it's not the only nightmare. Biden is drone striking America at the border. Biden is drone striking America in our schools. Biden is dividing and conquering us on every level and winning, by the way. It's not him. We know he's a stooge. We know he's a front man. We know it's Auntie Nancy running the country, a summoner here in San Francisco. That's clear by what just happened here with the recall vote. So, have they no shame? Of course not. They never had any shame.
Unfortunately. I know. All right, so Michael, but I teased the good news, so let's get to the good news. And the good news is pushback against critical race theory in Connecticut. I know that you saw this story about the parents there banding together, forming a slate to run for the school board against the old guard Republicans, running against Republicans, but establishment-minded Republicans. Your thoughts, your observations on this important win, and is it a model for communities all over the country?
It is. My friend Jeff sent that to me this morning. He was one of the organizers, and he's very conservative. I won't mention his last name because he lives there. But he said, we got to get rid of the Republicans. They're the real problem. We know who the Democrats are. They're conducting child abuse and bullying in the form of critical race theory. All the people who said we shouldn't bully children are bullying children who are white, by the way. This is the thing about critical race theory. It's not against all children. It targets only white children. It is bullying. It is child abuse. It's a nightmare to let this go on. Can you imagine for a minute, Steve, if somebody in the Deep South in the 50s put out a curriculum that said the Ku Klux Klan principles are good and black people are bad for these reasons? What would happen? Why, we all would have objected and saying that's bullying, that's wrong, that's racist, right? That's exactly what's happening. They're doing it down to the first grade. Have you seen the book, Stephen? A contract binding you to whiteness? You get stolen land, stolen riches, special favors? It's unbelievable that they're doing this to children. But, Steve, you're
Michael,
a father.
It's hard for me to think of something more evil to teach a child than the idea that they have inherited guilt. I mean, think about that for a moment. That's something they cannot control. The shade of their pigment, it makes them guilty, and that they've inherited that guilt because they may have had ancestors, they may very well not, but they may have had ancestors who did something wrong. That is a toxic and evil message and narrative to force upon children. That's exactly what's happening across this country, but that's why again, I want to talk about the good news. That's why these parents in Guilford, Connecticut formed a slate. They won so far. And again, I think this is a model going forward.
You are right. But let's put it in human terms. A little 7-year-old girl, a white girl, is in school. And she comes home crying and says, Mommy, I'm not a good person. I'm bad. And the mother says, why? Because the teacher said I'm white and white people are bad. Could you believe we've come to this point of indoctrination and abusive pedagogy such as this? This is state-sanctioned racism of the worst kind, and it has to be stopped. And these people stood up, not to the Democrats doing it, but of all people, the Republicans who are doing nothing, just as they're doing nothing in Congress. And this is a model for the future. We must protect our children, white, brown. It's the opposite of what Dr. King taught. Do not judge our children by the color of their skin. And these vermin are targeting only white children, sending them home broken and crying. It's a nightmare.
Michael, we're going to protect them. We're going to protect them. We're going to protect all children, regardless of their color, if they're white or black or purple. We're going to protect these children from this nonsense. We have to. It's our sacred duty. Listen, Dr. Michael Savage, as always.
Stephen, he'd be better president than Biden.
I agree. I'd probably more alert as well. Michael, you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate Newsmax TV.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.